What if you woke up tomorrow and realized something terrifying? You can't blink! Your eyes are open, wide open. And no matter how hard you try, they just won't close. Sounds harmless, right? Give it a few minutes. Your brain would disagree. Blinking feels automatic, meaningless, almost invisible. But what if I told you that blinking is one of the most important brain resets you do thousands of times a day? And without it, your brain doesn't just struggle. It starts to fail. Right now, as you're watching this video, you've probably blinked 10 to 15 times. You didn't notice? You didn't think about it. You didn't choose it. Here's the scary part. People who are forced to keep their eyes open don't complain about pain first. They complain about panic. Let's break a myth real quick. Blinking is not just about moisturizing your eyes, cleaning out dust, or preventing dryness. That's the boring part. The real magic happens inside your brain. Every blink is a micro reset, a pause, a breath, a tiny blackout your brain uses to stay sane. No, blinking doesn't make you blind. It makes you overwhelmed. Your brain is a prediction machine. Every second, it's processing light, movement, faces, screens, colors. Your visual cortex is working non-stop. Blinking gives your brain a fraction of a second to clear the noise, resync, and refocus attention. No blink means no pause. Imagine listening to music with no silence between the notes. It just becomes noise. Ever stared at a screen for too long? And suddenly, your eyes burn, your head feels heavy, and you feel oddly anxious. That's not eye fatigue. That's your brain screaming for a break. Now, imagine that feeling, but you can't escape it. Let's say blinking just disappears. In the first 1 to 2 minutes, you'd feel a mild discomfort and an increased urge to blink, even though you can't. Then, from minute 3 to 5, your vision would feel too sharp. Light would become aggressive, and sounds would feel louder. Why? Because your brain uses blinking to regulate sensory intensity. Without it, everything feels like too much. Your eyes don't fail first. Your emotions do. This is where it gets creepy. Studies on forced eye opening show rising anxiety, sudden irritability, and a loss of emotional control. People report feeling trapped inside their own head. Blinking is connected to dopamine regulation. Yes, the same dopamine linked to addiction, motivation, and focus. No blinking means unstable dopamine signaling. That means not blinking could make you feel depressed, or aggressive, or detached. Here's something wild. You blink more when you're switching thoughts, making decisions, finishing a sentence, or ending a mental task. Your brain literally blinks to close mental chapters. Without blinking, thoughts would overlap, focus would collapse, and mental fatigue would explode. You wouldn't just see nonstop. You'd think nonstop, and that's torture. Sleep deprivation breaks people. Not blinking would break you faster. After prolonged periods, the brain starts protecting itself. How? By distorting vision, creating shadows, and filling in the gaps with imagined shapes. Hallucinations. Not because your eyes are damaged, but because your brain can't handle the constant overload. Ever felt like someone's watching you? Or that shapes are moving in the corner of your eye? That's your brain misfiring under stress. Now imagine that happening all the time. Blinking is how your brain stays grounded in reality. Here's something nobody talks about. Social breakdown. Blinking is part of communication. When you talk to someone, you blink together, you sync unconsciously, you mirror their emotions. No, blinking creates uncanny, unsettling behavior. People would feel uncomfortable around you. Not because you're dangerous, but because your brain-bodied language is broken. You wouldn't feel human. And others would sense it too. Evolution is ruthless. If blinking wasn't essential, it would have disappeared. Instead, humans blink more than most animals, especially during thinking and stress. Blinking evolved alongside complex emotions, language, and social bonding. It's not optional. The scary truth is, if humans never blinked, we wouldn't have survived long enough to become human. Here's the twist. You don't need a sci-fi world for this to happen. Modern life is already doing this to us. Screens reduce our blink rate by up to 60%. Less blinking leads to brain fatigue, anxiety, and reduced focus. Sound familiar? Maybe the question isn't, what if humans never blinked? Maybe it's, what if we already stopped? Chronic low blinking is linked to mental exhaustion, emotional numbness, and burnout. Not because screens are evil, but because your brain needs the micro pauses. It's no longer getting. That's why looking away feels good, closing your eyes feels calming, and blinking intentionally resets your focus. Your brain remembers something ancient. Blinking isn't a weakness. It's a sign of intelligence. So if tomorrow you woke up and couldn't blink, it wouldn't be your eyes that suffer first. It would be your emotions, your thoughts, your very sense of reality. Blinking is how your brain breathes. And maybe the real danger isn't losing the ability to blink, but forgetting how important it truly is. If this made you think differently about your brain, hit like, and if you want more what-if stories about the human body and mind, subscribe. Because sometimes, the smallest habits are what keep us human.